pulling it together and pulled off 2 really good ones.
You've got 2 girls averaging in double figures here in the early going, Elisa Phillips and Kadeja Scott, both averaging double figures around 12 points a game.
Yeah, well, Khadijah Young, she's a senior, and last year she played a lot of minutes, but just her role was not to score. And after watching her all summer, I felt like we need to push her to score the ball more, and she's doing a great job at that. Alyssa Phillips is our backbone. I mean, she's very athletic. She does a lot of things for us, and if she don't score, we don't win.
Well, you play a Missouri Valley team tonight, first conference game for both teams. What are the keys for your girls this evening?
We're not going to do anything different. We're going to go out and play as hard as we normally play, and for us, defense. We have to defend. We're very small when it comes to guards, so we have to be scrappy and kind of depend on each other. So we want to go out and compete, play together, and just get better every night.
So there you have the coaches. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First of all, for William Penn, they'll go with Vasti Wabarocha. Wabarocha, a 5'11 freshman out of Milwaukee. Also in the starting lineup, Elisa Phillips out of Gurney, Illinois, a 5'10 junior. Kay Young, and she is from Minneapolis, a 5'4 senior. Asia Roper in the starting lineup. Roper is out of Aurora, Colorado. And Desiree Duckworth, a 5'5 sophomore. She is from Bryant, Arkansas. The Vikings go with Andressa Augusto, the 5'6 senior out of Brazil. Kiana Horton not starting tonight. Deidre McCoy is in the starting lineup for the Vikings tonight. She is out of Hot Springs, Arkansas by way of Henderson University, a Division II. Ashley Ward in the starting lineup tonight. Ashley, a junior out of Springdale, Arkansas. Raina Smith, 5'7 senior out of St. Louis. And Alicia Winston, the 5'11 senior, also out of St. Louis, starting lineup. So here we go. The conference season about to get underway, and with the first half, here is my partner, Joe All.
Okay, Wabarocha, how's that for the first pronunciation of the conference season, Wabarocha?
I like that.
All right, Vasti Wabarocha and Alicia Winston jumping up, ball control to William Penn quickly down the floor, and they get it ahead to Desiree Duckworth, and she puts in the first points of the game. So, boy, that was a quick bucket. Now pressure by William Penn. Now bringing it across Deidre McCoy, and she's going to be fouled. Deidre McCoy whacked on the arm by Duckworth. That'll be the first foul of the game on either team. That'll be, of course, a non-shooting foul. And, of course, in ladies basketball this year, we play 4 10-minute quarters, no longer the 20 minutes straight through half, and the fouls start over each quarter. All right, now driving the baselines, Ward into the corner. 3 by Raina Smith. Hits the top of the backboard, but Raina gets her own offensive rebound. Good hustle by the senior out of St. Louis. There's a 3 by Augusto, good. And Andressa Augusto, who leads this team in scoring, Andressa averaging right at 12 points a game, knocks down a tray. The Vikes grab an early 3-2 lead.
Little fist bump from her. You don't see much emotion. She's very cool and calm no matter what happens, but Andressa knocked that down. That's big to see her get that first bucket.
Asia Roper out on the point, who almost drug that back foot. Now gets it on the right wing to Duckworth. Now in the post to Wabarocha. There's a jump shot, a left-handed jump shot. That one misses. That shot taken by Kadeja Young. Rebound to the Vikings. Here comes Augusto the other way. Vikings up by 1. Man-to-man defense by the state. They're the statesmen, aren't they? I guess these are the stateswomen. I guess you'd say
they're the statesmen.
Statesmen. Okay, both the men and the women call themselves the statesmen. Then, okay, ball knocked out of bounds by one of the lady statesmen. It'll be Valley ball into their own bucket. 8:40 left in the first quarter. Vikings lead at 3-2. Is checking in for William Penn. Into the lineup for the first time.
I guess Tia Griffiths.
That's somebody I didn't think was going to play, but that's
right.
Tia Griffiths. Now Winston underneath. Oh, Alicia missed the shot, gets the rebound. Got it. Alicia Winston missed the first one, got the rebound, a nice foul, and the Vikes are on top 5-2. They've scored 5 straight. Now right wing, Griffiths with a jumper off the baseline, no good. Nice offensive rebound that time by Young. Now Roper drives down the middle of the lane, puts it up and in. Nice take that time by Asia Roper. Asia Roper is somebody we didn't think was going to play. She's a junior out of Aurora, Colorado. And she cuts the Viking lead to 1. Winston outside. Ward with the jumper. Spins out. No good. Nice rebound that time by Griffiths.
Yeah, they said before the game Griffiths would not play. That was at 5 o'clock, and here she is taking a jump shot and hitting it.
Not only plays, but she scored. So Tia Griffiths, who wasn't supposed to be here, knocks down about a 12-foot jumper, and she gives the Statesmen a 1-point lead. Vikings against that man-to-man. Now nice drive in by Augusto. Spins to the baseline. Now double team down low. There's a deep three off the right wing. Good. And that one taken by Deidre McCoy. As McCoy knocks down the three-point jumper. That's the second triple of the game for the Vikings. They go back up by 2 points. Griffiths hands back out to Wabarocha. Head of the key now. Setting the offense is Roper for the Statesmen. Kadeja Young averaging 12 plus a game. Now Griffiths spins inside, leaves this one short. Rebound Winston. Pretty good defense, Ken, by the Vikings that time down the floor.
Yeah, Alicia did a great job, and now the Vikes throw it away. But good, and they're going to have to play that kind of defense inside because the Statesmen have a couple of gals that can do a lot of damage once they get the ball inside the lane.
Deidre McCoy hit the floor pretty hard that time. She was diving for that loose ball. I think she's okay now. Ties her shoes. She's back on her feet, and she'll head the other way. So 6:52 left to play. Not in the first half, folks. In the first quarter. And the Vikings clinging to a 2.8-6 lead. That left wing now high post to Griffiths. Griffiths dribbles in towards the free throw line. Had it swatted away by Ward, but William Penn gets it back. Griffiths guarded by McCoy. Drives down the middle, flips it up, left it short. Nice strong rebound that time by Alicia Winston as she goes up in a crowd to pull that one down. Stop and go dribble by Augusto. Changed hands a couple times, but then loses control. It'll be a tie-up underneath. And with the alternate possession rule, it looks like the ball will stay with Missouri Valley. Is checking in for the Vikings will be Lindsay Denny. It's her first trip into the game. She's a junior, 5'11", out of Everton, Missouri.
Several of these new gals on the Vikings club are junior college transfers, and we'll tell you where they went to junior college when we get a chance to do that.
Good ball movement by the Vikings. They get it in bounds, get it in the corner to Augusto. Augusto guarded by a new girl in the lineup for William Penn. That was a shot by Raina Smith. Too strong out of bounds. That lady I was going to mention was Jenna Santee. And the ball goes out of bounds. Raina Smith tried to drive in and flip it up with the left hand, but too strong, goes behind the backboard out of bounds. So William Penn, trailing by a bucket, gets the ball back. We've got 6 minutes left to play in the initial quarter. Senti outside. Hands outside to Spinner. Spinner down low. There's a nice spin move inside. Flip shot with the left hand, and that's up. And that's Sarah Petrozelka. Sarah Petrozelka put that in with a left hand, so nice move on the post that time by Petrozelka.
Well, they don't have many gals on the roster, and I think they've all been in the game in the first 5 minutes.
Hard to keep track of these numbers. Now there's a foul that time. That's going to come up on Wabarocha as Augusto they draw the foul. That'll be the second team foul on William Penn. The Vikings have yet to commit a foul.
So remember, after 5 fouls, you shoot 2, and then we'll reset at the end of the quarter.
Augusto to inbound, gets in the corner to Reyna, tries to lob it inside, picked off by Wabarocha. William Penn wants to run. Quickly into the forecourt is Young, and she throws up a runner, and she's fouled. So a nice transition that time by William Penn as they get the ball ahead to Kadeja Young. She draws a 2-shot foul. That foul is going to come up on Ashley Ward. That's the first foul against the Vikings.
And they say it was on the drive, not on the shot.
Okay, we'll take that. Now they lob it wide open in the lane as they get the ball into Petrozelka, and she knocks down her second bucket of the game, and William Penn takes a 2-point lead. Petrozelka looks pretty good inside so far. Now, as I say that, she goes over the back of Alicia Winston. As Alicia, good position inside. Petrozelka reaches over the back. That'll be a non-shooting foul, so it'll be Viking ball into their own bucket. Augusto into Winston. Winston outside to Ward. Denny tries a wraparound pass, has it taken away by Spinner. Spinner with the left hand had it blocked, but that's going to be a foul. Lindsey Denny. It looked like Denny got a lot of ball that time, but they say she also hooked the arm of Destiny Spinner. So Spinner will be the first female at the line tonight. She's a senior out of Saginaw, Michigan. Stands at 5'3". She'll be on the line for 2 shots for William Penn to try to extend the 2-point lead.
Well, they don't have a deep bench, but they like to get up and down the floor, don't they? They have been hustling up and down the floor.
Yeah, they sure
tonight.
have. Spinner's first shot is good, so the first free throw of the game finds the cords, and Destiny will have one more. Second shot good, so she knocks down a pair of charity tosses here. It's a 12-8 lead for the William Penn Statesmen on the road. This is the first conference game for both teams. Now Denny goes baseline. Nice pass to Winston. Beautiful pass that time as Lindsey Denny, Ken, drew the double team, found an open Alicia Winston underneath. Alicia has 4. It's a 10-12 game.
And Alicia took her time, just went straight up, used the glass. Nice move.
Vikes need to play defense. Oh, Wabarocha splits through the double team, misses the layup. Nice rebound by Winston. Alicia Winston's done a good job on the board so far. Vikes look to tie, can take the lead with a triple here. Augusto, good ball movement by the Vikings. Get it on the left wing to Denny. Denny back out, head of the key to Augusto. Andressa fakes the 3, now puts it on the deck with the left hand. Lob down low to Ward. Ward spins to the right side, little contact, no call that time. Wabarocha gets the rebound. Senti pulls up for a jumper, lips out, no good. Ward rebound. 12-10, William Penn leads it, just under 4 minutes to play here in the first quarter from Grover Redwood Gymnasium. And now driving inside with the left hand, Andressa Augusto flips it up and in. Augusto's got 5 points. We're tied at 12.
You better get ready. On the next dead ball, there's about 18 people wanting to come into this game. There's
Name
no
them.
more room in front of the scores
We'll
table.
rattle those names off as quickly as we
1,
can.
2, 3, 4, 7. I think there's 6 of them.
We can take a team picture here, can we?
Ready to come in.
Right, Senti drives into the corner. There's a left-handed 3 out of the corner, and that's good. And that shot was taken that time by Kadeja Young. That's her first basket of the game. She averages 12.3 points a game, and she gives the Statesmen a 3-point lead. Augusto draws the double team on the baseline. Good kick out to Denny. They're going to call her for traveling. And that time, Lindsey Denny, Ken, did what a lot of good shooters like to do, tried to get her feet in position to shoot, but she already had the ball when she shuffled both feet.
You're right. Took that little hop, and that was enough. Winston comes out. Good job by her, Young, and boy.
Well, we got new faces out there.
Vasquez.
Julia Vasquez is out there. Maddie Murphy's on the floor for the Vikings.
Devin Swise
good, and I think Deidre McCoy back in to join Ashley Ward, who stays on the court.
And also Tia came in. Tia Griffiths came back in.
Tia Griffiths back in for William Penn. Young, lob inside for Petrozelka. Nice job that time. I think, was that McCoy that came over the top on that double team? That was excellent help that time by Deidre McCoy to swat that ball out of bounds. Otherwise, that could have been an easy basket.
She makes me tired just watching her play. She's a
Johnny
ball
Hustle,
energy.
isn't she?
Wow.
William Penn to inbound. Griffiths gets it into the corner. Now gets a return pass. Tries a baseline jumper. This one no good. Nice aggressive rebound by Deidre McCoy. Ahead now to Murphy. Murphy gives outside to Ward, who drives inside, flips it up, and she's fouled. So a nice take that time by Ashley Ward as she got a pass from Maddie Murphy, took it strong right down the right side. She'll shoot a couple of free throws.
Well, this is the first game of the conference. Joe will be in Lamoni Saturday. I'll be here doing national tournament soccer, so I don't know. You'll probably be in a blizzard by yourself on Saturday, maybe.
Do you remember the storm? I'm sure you do. The storm you drove home in last year from Lamoni. I sat and watched you, but that was terrifying. We not only didn't stop to eat, I'm not sure we breathed on the trip home, did we?
No.
Okay, and then that time Ward knocks down both free throws to cut the William Penn lead to 1. Senti guarded outside by Vasquez. Young comes around a screen. Now into the corner to Griffiths. Griffiths tries to flip it up, and that's going to be a foul, I believe, on Devin Swisegood. As Devin thought she got a lot of ball, but I believe they're going to call a foul. No, they call that instead. They
Ward,
call
I
that
think.
on Ashley Ward. That's Ashley's second foul, so it'll be a non-shooting foul. I guess he got her before the shot. So William Penn retains possession. Outside to Santee. Santee picked up man-to-man by Vasquez. Santee with a left-hand dribble goes to the left wing. Now skips it on the right wing to Griffiths. There's a three by Griffiths. This one no good. Boy, Griffiths, for a young lady that wasn't supposed to play, is taking a lot of shots so far.
She has.
Vikings can take the lead with a basket. Nice drive inside by McCoy is good. Nice take that time by Deidre McCoy. Give her 5 points. Give the Vikings a 1-point lead with 1:30 left to play in the first quarter. Young guarded outside by Murphy. Back outside to Santee. Now a nice pass inside. Nice cut that time. That was a diagonal cut by Alyssa Phillips. One of the leading scorers. She didn't start this evening, but she goes right down the middle and lays that one in. 17-16 William Penn. Man-to-man defense. Boy, I mean, Deidre McCoy, did you see her lower her head that time? She lowered her head.
I'm going in.
Lowered her head, went down the lane, and drove into somebody with the shoulder and draws, I believe, what is a 2-shot foul.
Going to call the foul on Tia Griffiths.
That's what you like to see. She made up her mind she was going down Main Street, and you might get in my way, but you're not going to stop me.
No.
McCoy's first shot, pinball's out. No good. She'll have one more.
Vikings as a team shoot 72% from the line, so pretty good percentage on the other 2 out of 3 today.
Alicia Winston comes back in. Devin Swisegood will take a seat. Also checking in for the Vikings for the first time, Ashley Onaka. As Murphy's second free throw, missed them both. So McCoy's second free throw misses. We mentioned Onaka. She is a junior out of Blackman's Bay, Tasmania.
Okay.
Never been there.
No.
Now a drive to the baseline, a jumper off the baseline, rolls around the rim and comes out. That shot taken by Duckworth. Now Maddie Murphy will walk it across the timeline with less than a minute to play in the first quarter. Vikings down by a point. Murphy stop and go dribble. Nice pass to Winston. Alicia goes up strong. Now kicks it back to Onaka. Down to 13 on the shot clock for the Vikings. Julia Vasquez baseline. Her runner a little bit short. Nice offensive rebound by McCoy is good. Deidre McCoy stayed with it, got the offensive carom, and puts it back in to put the Vikes back up by a point. Santee, looks like William Penn can play for one shot. The shot clock's turned off with only 3 seconds left to play. Young, a runner inside at the buzzer is good. So a nice drive that time by Kadeja Young as she puts it in right at the buzzer. It's been a good quarter, Ken. The lead seesawed back and forth. Right now, though, William Penn leads it 19-18.
Yeah, if they're all going to be like this, it's going to be pretty exciting. Hang on.
35-24.
All right, we were right that Tia Griffith's not playing tonight.
Okay.
But it is, and we were told that, but they weren't told about a number switch. It's Ashley Harper. So
24 is Ashley Harper.
Yeah, what the heck? It's the first game of the conference. You shouldn't have to know your whole roster yet, should you?
Well,
so it's Ashley Harper who
I
has
won't
a couple
comment.
of points. I mean,
Yeah.
It's first game of conference.
Then we do know this. Ashley Harper has taken quite a few shots in the first quarter.
Yes, and we were told right that Tia Griffiths is not playing. For the Vikings, I mentioned they have several transfers. Ashley Ward is a junior. She went to Mineral Community College. Ashley Onaka went to Nyack Community College. That's in Iowa. Maddie Murphy comes to us from Eastern Utah, where they played before. Lacey Murray from Mineral, that's south of St. Louis. I mentioned Deidre McCoy from Henderson State. That's a Division II NCAA. And Lindsay Denny from Cotty Community College. So Coach Dixon went the junior college route and got a pretty good chunk of this roster. So I think we have everybody set. We're about ready to go the second quarter.
It looks like he's been all over the country recruiting players.
Yeah. So we're ready to go with the second quarter. Again, one of the rule changes on women's basketball, You play two of the rules. You play 10-minute quarters. The other one, all the team fouls reset, not the individual fouls. Team fouls reset, and as we start the second quarter of play.
You might wonder where Kiana Wharton is. She's on the floor right now. Kiana did not start this game for the Vikings. She's a returning All-American honorable mention player, I believe, and she's out there now with Raina Smith, Deidre McCoy, Ashley Ward, and Andressa Augusto. That's the 5 on the floor for the Vikings now. Oh, a nice pass inside. Good ball movement that time by William Penn. They get it inside to Alyssa Phillips. That's her second basket. That extends the lead to 21-18 for the Statesmen. William Penn on the road. This is their first conference game in the heart of America. Played their first conference football game against the Vikings right here in Marshall and came out of here with a win.
Looks like McCoy tried to drive baseline. Right foot stepped out of bounds, so turnover comes back to the Statesmen.
William Penn on a 4-0 run right now, and they've got the ball. Vikings in a man-to-man as Raina Smith picks Santee. That's Jenna Santee, picks her up outside. Lob down low, good lob pass underneath to Phillips. Looks like she was whacked on the back by McCoy, but no call, and Phillips comes out of there limping, so it looks like Elisa Phillips turned an ankle or got a shove or something. Pretty good defense by Deidre McCoy. Deidre was giving away quite a bit of height there to Alyssa Phillips as they list Phillips at 5'10", but good D by Deidre. Now behind the back dribble Augusto, back out beyond the arc. Now goes down the left. Oh, beautiful pass. Boy, what a nice stop and go move by Andressa Augusto. She finds Kiana Wharton wide open underneath, and that's Kiana's first point of the game, makes it a 1-point deficit for the Vikings. Santee, good job coming around the pick by Raina Smith. Oh, nice move in there. Shot miss though. Offensive rebound. Oh, a little contact, no call, and the foul goes for Wabarocha as Wabarocha puts in her first bucket of the game where she stayed with it on the boards that time, Ken.
Yes, she did. Now back inside to Horton. She loses it, but it looked like Wabarocha knocked it out of bounds. Vikes will get possession.
Now checking in for the Vikings the first time today, Savannah Enlow. Again, Coach Tim Dixon, Coach Tom Hebb, and Coach Amy Briggs go very deep on the bench. Savannah Enlow, a junior out of Georgetown, Indiana. There's a three by Enlow out of the corner. Good, boy. Talking about just getting in the game and getting your feet wet, knocking one down. Savannah Enlow buries one from the left baseline. Vikes have scored the last 5 points of the game, and we're tied at 23. Right wing to Santee. Now bounce pass taken away by Enlow. Ahead to McCoy. Vikes can re-grab the lead here with just under 8 minutes to go in the first half. Wraparound pass to Wharton. Back outside Augusto. Andressa. Down to Kiana on the baseline. 14 on the shot clock. Augusto back to Wharton. Down under 10. McCoy in the lane, loses control, almost lost the ball. Now I think she drew a foul. Ooh, the Vikings running out of time that time. The shot clock was down to about 4. And somehow Deidre McCoy managed to spin inside and got whacked on the arm. And that foul is going to come up on Jenna Santee. That'll be her first. That's team foul number 1. That sounds kind of weird, but the fouls reset now in women's basketball at the beginning of each quarter. Vikes will inbound. Into Wharton. Turnaround jump shot comes up a little bit short. Rebound out of there to Duckworth. Duckworth drives on Augusto. Now loses a handle, but I think Andressa got a piece of it.
Yeah, the Vikings didn't stop the ball, so Duckworth just kept going, and someone did slap it away at the last moment.
23-23, all tied up. First conference game for both teams. Oh, nice ball movement there. Baseline jumper. Pinball's out, but Wabarocha on the boards once again. But her follow shot misses, and Augusto gets the rebound for the Vikings. Got to keep Wabarocha off that glass. Augusto down the middle with the left-hand dribble. Throws up a runner. Nice move that time. And Ken, that's something you can't coach. That was a left-hand drive and a flip shot runner by Andressa Augusto. Give her 7 points in the game.
I think was that Augusto or was that Enlow? I thought that was Enlow.
Was that Enlow? Okay.
Yeah, it was 5.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought that was Andressa. Okay, my mistake.
But it's good shot, good move. You're right with the left hand.
All right, Vikings lead at 25-23 thanks to that runner by Savannah Enlow. Enlow outside. Looks like William Penn in a 2-1-2 zone right now. Lob down low for Wharton. Kiana double team, goes up strong, missed it, but a rebound by McCoy up and in. And Deidre McCoy, who seems to be perpetual motion, stayed in motion that time, got the offensive rebound. Boy, she's having a big half. She's got 9 points already. The Vikings lead it by 4.
Yeah, good aggressive offensive rebound and putback.
Vikes in the man. I think they're back in the zone. Now that's a traveling call against William Penn, so they turn the ball back over to Mo Valley. 6:19 left in the first half. Missouri Valley on a nice little run right now. The Vikings trailed by 3 points not that long ago. Now they have a 4-point lead.
Yeah, Spinner just took a little extra step as she stopped her dribble, and officials caught it.
Augusto, there's a three by Andressa, good. So that was Andressa that time. She buries a three. She's got 8 points. Deidre McCoy has 9. And with 6 minutes to go, it's a 7-point Viking lead. Jump shot misses by Wabarocha. Offensive rebound, no, by Duckworth. Back outside, there's a three by Young off the back of the rim, no good. Nice rebound, Wharton for the Vikes. Enlow, a deep three. This one a little bit short, but offensive rebound, Wharton up and in. Enlow just barely missed the three, but Kiana Wharton was Johnny on the spot there to clear the glass. And Ken, I think the Vikings on about an 11-0 run right now. They lead it by 9. I know they trailed by 3, and I think somewhere in there William Penn got 1 bucket, but the Vikings on like 11 or 13-2 run right now.
Yeah, a great run by the Vikings. They're up 32-23, and a good timeout taken by Willie Scott. Again, he doesn't have nearly the bench as far as numbers are concerned. The Vikings have, and the Vikings would like to continue to run. But how about the outside shooting? Augusto has a couple of threes. Enlow with a three. McCoy has a three. The Vikings come into this thing shooting just 31% from beyond the arc, but doing a good job. They score a small sample size, just 2 games, but Valley scores 73.5 points a game and give up 73. And for William Penn, they score 64 in their 4 games and give up 66. So interesting matchup to start the conference season. And the Vikings are up by 9.
You know what I like right now, Ken? The Vikings doing a very good job on the offensive glass. Deidre McCoy's gotten a couple of stickbacks. Kiana Wharton got one just a minute ago, and that's good to see us taking those second shots, that extra effort on the board.
All right, Ashley Harper, who's wearing 24, is back into the lineup with 5:33 to go.
That's not Kia Griffiths. It's Ashley Harper. All right, we got that straight now, not Tia Griffiths. All right. William Penn down by 9. They trailed by 3, led by 3 not all that long ago. There's a jump shot inside by Duckworth. Hits the front of the rim and misses. So Vikings get it back with 5:19 to go in the first half. They lead it 32-23.
Enlow comes out. Swisegood back in. So the Vikings have Winston and Swisegood both underneath, so a pretty good sized lineup. Let's see how they work it here.
I tell you, I thought Savannah Enlow really gave this team a lift. Knocked down a 3, then had that penetration down the middle and dished off for a bucket. There's a jump shot by Swisegood. Bounces off the rim, no good, but another offensive rebound, this time by Augusto. Swisegood's second shot bounces off. A couple of good shots, just could not get one to drop. Harper brings it across. Guarded out there by Onaka. Now Harper puts up a jumper and knocks one down. So that'll be the first basket of the game for Ashley Harper. She came off the bench early. This time she buries about a 15-foot jumper to trim the lead to 7. Augusto outside to Onaka. Onaka skip pass to Vasquez. Julia tries to get it into Winston. Alicia double team. Ball taken away by the Statesman. Ahead quickly, up and in. A good job running the floor as William Penn gets it ahead to Elisa Phillips. She has 6, lead down to 5. Onaka back to Vasquez. Baseline Swisegood down low to Winston. Knocked out of bounds that time by Tyra Johnson, who's checked into the William Penn lineup. Tyra Johnson. Now they get the ball outside. Jumper that time by Augusto is good, and that's a triple. That's the third triple of the game for Andressa Augusto. She's in double figures with 11. Vikings up by 8.
I believe she's 3 for 3 now beyond the arc. She's feeling it tonight.
Yeah, she sure is, and she's a girl that's going to make this offense go. Harper, guarded by Onaka, pulls up for a 3. No good. Nice rebound, Winston. Alicia Winston's had a lot of rebounds here in the first half.
Done a good job tonight.
Right wing, Vasquez, low block, Swisegood. Her spinner on the baseline comes up just a hair short. Rebound, Harper ahead quickly to Duckworth. Drives in. And a nice block that time by Andressa Augusto. William Penn wanted a foul, but I think that was a clean block.
I do too. Good job by Augusto. Now Horton back in, and Swisegood checks out.
So William Penn will inbound. Statesman down by 8 with 3:20 left to play in the first half. Right wing to Harper. Harper stop and go dribble. Just throws one up in the lane. No good. And there's going to be an elbow on somebody.
On Harper, I think.
That's going to be a push-off yell on Ashley Harper. And that will be her second foul as she shoved off, stuck that elbow out on the rebound, and Vikings get it back up by 8.
Kay Young comes back in, the 5'4" senior. And Harper will leave.
I've been calling her Kadeja. Does she go by K?
Goes by K.
Goes by K, okay. I guess Kadeja is her formal or official name. Yep. All right. Augusto, who's had the hot hand, takes it to the left wing, gets it down to the baseline to Winston. Nice save by Alicia, but taken away now by the Statesman. Duckworth, almost a walk by Johnson. Now lob inside. Oh, nice spin move that time. That was a very quick move that time by Sarah Petrozelka. She's got 6 points. She's got some pretty good touch on the inside, Ken.
Yeah, she really never left the floor, just turned and just flipped it up with the right hand, scored.
35-29, the Viking lead is 6. 3 by Vasquez, misses, but a nice hustling rebound in the corner by Augusto. Back outside to Julia. Augusto brings it out between the circles. Now left wing Onaka, lob to Wharton on the baseline. Double team down there. Kiana flings it out to Onaka, down to 12 on the shot clock. There's another 3 by Augusto. This one misses, but another offensive rebound, this time by Kiana Wharton, and it's a bucket and one as Kiana once again pounds that offensive glass, got the rebound, puts it up and in, and boy, the Vikings doing yeoman's work on that offensive rebound. That's 6 points for Wharton. 2:07 left to play, 37-29, Missouri Valley leads it. Kiana Wharton, the All-American, puts in the shot. She's got 7 points, and I believe Coach Tim Dixon wants a timeout. So, boy, an even Steven game. William Penn led at 19-18 at the end of the first quarter, but since about the middle of this second quarter, it's been all Vikings. And I believe they had a 9-point lead at one time. This ties their biggest lead of the game, 38-29.
Yeah, they've outscored this ball club, of course, 20-10 here in the second quarter. But Augusto now has 11. Horton has 7. And Joe, one of the concerns for Tim Dixon was rebounding in the first 2 games, but I think he has to be happy with what he's seen on both ends of the floor for his gals inside that lane. And I bet Augusto has 3 or 4 rebounds, little point guard out of Brazil.
A lot of different girls have pounded the offensive glass, and boy, Alicia Winston looks to me like she's done a dynamite job on the defensive board.
Winston, Horton,
Augusto. You put Wharton and Winston in there at the same time, you've got some pretty good size underneath.
Yeah, Vasquez is out on the floor right now, as is Ashley Onaka.
All right, William Penn needs to make a run here if they want to stay in this game. They're down by 9 right now with under 2 minutes to go in the half. Now ball knocked away. Young picks it up, drives the baseline, throws up a left-hand runner, and she's whacked on the arm by Julia Vasquez. That'll be Julia's first foul. And Julia, a young lady whose name we've mentioned a lot down through the years, she's a senior this year from Earth, Texas. Kadeja Young's first free throw is no good. She'll have one more.
They're just 2 out of 3 from the line. The Vikings are 3 out of 5, so we haven't had a lot of fouls here. This first half has moved around along quite quite quickly.
I think you're going to see a lot fewer free throws shot with these new rules.
Yep.
And Young knocks down the second free throw, so give her 6 points in the game. And the Valley lead is 8. Ooh, a behind-the-back pass. Now the ball taken away. Nice steal by Young. Ahead to Spinner. Spinner missed the shot, but Young gets the follow back to Spinner. So nice job that time by Kay Young. She took the ball down, got it to Spinner. Spinner missed the shot. Young got the rebound and found Spinner wide open. Now Enlow into the corner. Murphy fakes a three. Back to Enlow. Right wing, Vasquez. High post, Wharton almost walked. There's a deep three by Enlow is good. And Savannah Enlow knocks down her second triple of the game, give her 8 points. And boy, what a lift, Ken. She's given this Viking team off the bench 41-32.
She and Augusto knocking down those outside shots.
Young outside, picked up there by Murphy. There's a three by Spinner. Spins out. Rebound Wharton. Under a minute to play here in the first half. Now Gustall brings it out between the circles. Gets it on the left wing. Over to Enlow. Right wing Murphy. Head of the key Augusto. Nice entry pass to Wharton. Gianna's shot misses. She hits the deck. Rebound Tyra Johnson. 32 seconds left in the half. Shot by Duckworth, no good. Rebound Enlow. Vikes can almost hold it. Now they can hold it for the last shot. 23 seconds left. Shot clock is turned off. 41-32. Vikes should go in with at least a 9-point lead. Good ball movement. Deep three by Enlow. Good! Wow, what a job of shooting by Savannah Enlow as she knocks down her third triple. Give her 11 points in the game. Shot at the buzzer, no good. And just like that, the Vikings, who were down by a point at the halftime, or at the end of the first quarter, have opened up a 12-point lead. They lead it at halftime, 44-32.
Boy, that was an impressive performance, Joe, especially by the outside shooters. And you're right, Savannah Enlow coming into this game and coming off the bench. She unofficially, she has 11 points coming off the bench. So an excellent job by Enlow. And then Augusto also has 11 points. So the Vikings, 44-32. That is their largest lead of the ball games. Pretty impressive.
Well, what about this? Looks like a 26 point second quarter. The Vikings outscore William Penn 26-13 in that second stanza to take that 12-point lead.
Pretty impressive job by the Vikings. We're waiting for the statistics to get the statistics. And while we do that, I want to talk about soccer coming up, because on Saturday, the Missouri Valley College men will host a first-round national game, and they will take on Mount Mercy, Iowa. So next year, Mount Mercy will be a conference team, but not this year yet. Missouri Valley is ranked number 4. That's the highest they've ever been ranked in men's soccer. So Vlade Simic doing an excellent job. That match will start at 1 o'clock, and we will have that match for you on live stream. Joe will be on Stretch Internet. You can hear the audio of basketball from Lamoni, from Graceland, but we will have on Stretch Internet, or rather on Stretch, the video will have that soccer match at 1 o'clock. And good luck to the Vikings. If they can win that one, then it's on to Delray Beach, Florida. Wouldn't that be nice? Just November 30th through December 5th to play in the national tournament there.
Well, it looks like Vlade Simic and Drew Hawkins have both done a great job. Drew, the women's coach, of course, Vlade, the men's coach. They both have not just excellent teams, but excellent programs.
And here are the other teams from the conference that are in. Mid-America Nazarene, of course. The Vikings defeated them in the semifinals of the conference tournament, but they are in as well, and they will host Roosevelt, Illinois. Ashford, Iowa will be at Columbia College. Columbia College, not a member of the Heart of America, but an area team. And then Baker's in as well, and they will take on Wiley, Texas. So those are the teams that will be in, and it'll be, again, Wiley, Texas at number 3, Baker. Ashford, Iowa at number 14, Columbia College. Roosevelt will be Roosevelt, Illinois at Mid-America Nazarene, and then Mount Mercy will be in Marshall. And I don't know what the weather's going to be. I've heard all kinds of weather statistics. I've heard we're going to have some snow, and now they'll change from 35 degrees to 45 degrees. Who knows what's going to happen on Saturday?
Well, you'll be inside of the press box. It's not officially heated, I guess, but you'll have a little bit of cover in there.
Oh, but there will be a heater. Trust me.
There's no doubt about that. You might forget your scorebook, your watch, your lunch, but not a heater.
We are going to stay warm. There's no question about that. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we should have the first half stats.
Pretty much everything this company is looking for in an entry-level candidate.
Great.
Your resume isn't quite what we're used to, but you've got a fantastic work ethic.
Thank you.
And I'm impressed by how you carry yourself.
So, should we talk about the job?
What? The job? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I have no way of recruiting or even meeting you. This interview didn't happen.
It may sound ridiculous, and that's because it kind of is. There's a huge pool of talent your company is missing out on. Meet the grads of life. Who are they? Talent worth knowing about. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Man, we really could have used him.
Don't miss out on a resource many innovative companies have already discovered. Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
So, you're an athlete who wants to get ahead in sports. You want to become bigger, faster, and stronger, but without the extra work. You might turn to anabolic steroids to get that big win, but you're only setting yourself up for an even bigger loss. If you're a young person between the ages of 16 and 22, abusing anabolic steroids can cause aggressiveness, extreme mood swings, or manic-like fits of anger and violence, better known as roid rage. Abusing anabolic steroids can also lead to kidney failure, enlargement of the heart, high blood pressure, and changes in cholesterol levels leading to a heart attack or stroke, even at a young age. Plus, using anabolic steroids without a prescription is illegal. To learn more about the dangers of abusing anabolic steroids, visit the website for the National Institute on Drug Abuse, drugabuse.gov. Don't juice your way to success on the field, because when you cheat, everyone loses.
We are back, and both men's teams now take the court to warm up a little bit between halves of this women's game, with the Vikings leading 44-32. A pretty impressive second quarter by Valley. Also want to remind you tonight for the men's game, we'll be on Stretch Internet, also on live stream, and we're going to be joined tonight for the men's game on KMMO FM, the local station in Marshall. So glad to have KMMO join us for some of our games this year as well, and we'll have the men's game tonight to start the conference season. Of course, the Valley men last year, Joe, with quite a run as they made it all the way to the national tournament. Defeated Freed Hardeman in the number 4 seed in the first game before losing to Oklahoma Christian. But boy, what a fun run it was for Chad Lance's team in the early part of 2015.
I think the most fun you can have in a season is when you get hot at the end of the season. Yeah. And boy, I mean, the Vikings were as hot as a firecracker, beginning with the conference postseason tournament. They walked right through that, beat Benedictine and Evangel on the road after that thrilling home court win over Mid-America here, a team that had beat us twice. And then they go up to the NAI, the big dance, and knock off the number 4 seed. And what a huge following we had that night. Yeah. Not only Missouri Valley faithful, but people from the community of Marshall, people from all over the Midwest were there to root on the Vikings. That was just a fun couple of nights. We lost that second game, but that was a fun experience for a lot of people.
No question about it. One game was played Monday night. Mid-America Nazarene knocked off Culver 61-47. So Mid-America 1-0 in conference play going into tonight. They're the only team to play. Benedictine women are 5-0 heading into conference play. Baker 4-0. Those two teams are expected to be up on top. Grandview 3-1, Central 2-1. This William Penn club is 2-2. Valley is 1-1. Avila 1-4. Evangel 1-4. Graceland, Peru, both 0-3 and 0-4 respectively, and Culver 4-2 and 0-1 in conference. But here's the schedule tonight. Peru will be at Benedictine. Evangel is in the area. They're at Central Methodist University. Graceland travels to Des Moines to take on Grandview tonight, and Baker will be at Avila. So I guess it's the usuals. Mid-America Nazarene Benedictine and Baker, the 3 favorites in the conference.
Well, and a little bit different in basketball. If you followed the Heart of America in football this year, 12 teams in the conference now with the addition of Grandview and William Penn. So we had 2 6-team divisions in football, but basketball on both the men's and the women's side, just a big 12-team ladder. So it'd be a long way from top to bottom.
We go, let's see, we don't have any other conference games. Both these teams will play, though, over Thanksgiving, the Vikings, men and women, but they're going to travel to Texas and going to play a couple of exhibition games just to stay with it. Our next game will be December the 5th, and we'll travel to, it's here, Benedictine, yep. A Wednesday night, 2 weeks from tonight, Benedictine. And then that next Saturday, a couple weeks from Saturday, we will be heading to Baker, I believe, Baldwin City.
And then play Central Methodist the following Saturday. That's about the time school's out for the Christmas break. So I guess we got the game at Graceland Saturday, then Benedictine, Baker, and Central. So I guess 5 games, 5 conference games before the holiday break.
And we've looked at the schedule, and there is 1 week in the schedule where we play a Monday, Thursday, Saturday. They had to add one of those weeks, so that's coming up a little later on in the conference season. But we welcome the Statesmen, and we welcome the Vikings of Grandview to the conference this year. I notice on our wall here at Grover C. Redford, they already have Mount Mercy, a banner up for them, even though they won't join next year, and Clark will join next year. So this conference just continues to expand.
The Viking men are warming up right now, Ken. You look to our right, and I see 3 guys out there that I wish had a pair of tennis shoes on. Brad Hamilton, James Lane, and Andre Scott. Is that
Big
Joe? Is that Joe Williams?
Big Joe Williams.
That's 4 guys. So 4 seniors that graduated last year, and boy, what a big part those 4 guys were of that championship team.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll be about ready for the second half. Again, what a second quarter for the Missouri Valley women as they trailed by a point, 19-18, and they rolled in that second quarter. Shooting, the Vikings were 17 out of 31, 55%. William Penn, 39%, 14 out of 36. William Penn, Joe, just 1 out of 11 from beyond the arc, 0.9%, 9%. And the Vikings were 7 out of 11, 64%.
It doesn't get much better than that.
And now rebounding, that's something that Tim's been concerned about. The Vikings out-rebounded William Penn in that first half, 25-12.
How many offensive rebounds did the Vikings
We
get?
had 8 offensive rebounds. They have us for 8 offensive rebounds to 5. And you mentioned Winston. Delicia had, let's check her, she had 5 rebounds total. She was the leading rebounder. Horton came off the bench and she had 4. So the Vikings doing a nice job there at the free throw line. The Viking women are back out on the court. Here come the Statesmen as well. And I'll tell you what, that first half went by in a hurry. There were very few fouls, very few stoppages of play. It's only 20 after 6. And we're about ready to start the second half.
You know, in good balanced scoring by the Vikings in the first half, I've got Enlow and I've got Augusto both with 11. Then I've got Deidre McCoy right behind with 9 and Kiana Wharton with 7. So that's pretty good balance.
That's real good balance scoring. 44-32. We'll take a final break. When we come back, we're going to get you set for the second half. We have a doubleheader tonight from Missouri Valley College. The men's game following in about 20 minutes. So hang around for a lot of good basketball tonight.
Today, my new dad threw a barbecue.
Today, my new son and I threw a barbecue.
There were burgers and chicken.
I burnt everything. The burgers, the chicken, the salad.
They were delicious.
They were awful.
And then we had watermelon.
I'm allergic to watermelon.
And then we played catch.
I broke Mr. Lewis's window, Mrs. Wakeham's window, Mrs. Wakeham's windshield, and then somehow my hand. My hand!
And then my dad even let me drive his car.
The hospital's on the right! It was a rough day.
It was a great day.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are. For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Hi,
I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. Every child deserves to have access to books because children who grow up with books invariably do better in life than children who do not. How do I choose a book? Is it the cover? I guess, sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual, so it's a combination of those two. The first book I remember was Captain's Courageous. When I finished that book, I had become so involved with these characters. So here's the thing. If a book's really, really impressing me and the writing is really, really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is. Because the endings of books, if it's really, really well done, that ending, that last thought should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
All right, we're about ready to go with the second half on this Wednesday night in November. School dismisses next Tuesday for the Thanksgiving break, back with finals, and both of these teams will play a few games after the Christmas break gets started as well. What a performance in that second quarter as the Vikings put on quite a show, and they lead it by 12, 44-32. And Joe, I guess what you'd want right now if you're this Viking coaching staff is just keep doing the same things you're doing. Very good rebounding. You're hot from the outside. You probably won't continue with that pace, but the key, I think, is on the boards. Just continue to bang the boards on both the offensive and defensive glass.
Well, that was one thing that haunted the Vikings last year. Sometimes they got beat pretty badly on the glass. Boy, not so far tonight, as they really done a good job. And I think, like we mentioned earlier, they out-rebounded William Penn 25-12 in that first half. That's a tremendous advantage. And the Vikings, 8 offensive rebounds in the first half, and I'd say at least 4 or 5 of those led to stickbacks.
We're about ready to go as both teams are back out. Let's see. It looks like for the Statesmen, they're going to go with Wabarocha. Kay Young will be in the starting lineup. Asia Roper is back out there, as is Pedrozelka will be in the starting line. Vikings will go with the same unit that started the ballgame, with one exception. Winston on the bench and Horton's in there. And the Vikings in their white uniforms with the orange numerals and orange trim will start the second half, and here we go. Third quarter underway. Augusto, 3 out of 4 from beyond the arc. Bounce passes it to McCoy. McCoy drives baseline through a double team. Off the glass, it won't go over the block. And she'll shoot a couple of free throws to start the second half.
Well, I like the way Deidre McCoy drives to the bucket. When she lowers that shoulder and goes in there, you better stay out of her way if you care for your health.
Duckworth picked up the foul. That's her second foul, first team foul, of course, of the half. And the free throw is good. Deidre had missed her first 2 opportunities, but she hits that one. Nice first half for her. That gives her 10 points. Next free throw, good. So Deidre hits them both. It's 46-32. Vikes with their biggest lead of the night. Into the forecourt is Roper. Roper round the screen, stops free throw line. Now with the right-handed dribble, poked away. The ball loose on the floor, diving for the loose ball. It's picked up, however, by the Statesman. They'll get underneath, and here's a shot taken by Wabarocha, and I believe she was fouled. She hits the deck, and I hope she's not hurt.
That was almost a charging foul. Nice defense that time by Kiana Wharton. She stepped into the lane, but the ruling was she was not set. And now, like you said, Wabarocha a little slow getting up.
And I don't know if it's a knee or what, but training staff is going out to take a look at her. 9:32 to go in this third quarter, and the Vikings lead at 46-32. Again, hang around for the men's game. That's coming up after this one. Ashley Harper will check in.
And Ken, we certainly want to put a shout out. We appreciate the folks at KMMO Radio here in Marshall. They've committed to carry some of our games this year. They carried the several of the playoff games, the postseason tournament, then the 2 games in Kansas City last year. And I think we had a lot of good comments, a lot of good people listening, so they've decided to carry a few games this year also.
We'll have the men's game tonight, and then the 2 games at Baker and the 2 games at CMU the first half of the season will all be on KMMO. All right. Wabarocha's up and off the field to play.
I think they're going to call that a shooting foul, so it looks like that's going to put Ashley Harper on the line for 2 shots.
Ashley says, good, I get to come off the bench and take the free throws.
I will do that, she says.
Not good that her teammate got hurt, but Wabarocha is walking around at the end of the bench, so hopefully she'll be all right. First free throw is no good off the front of the rim by Harper, but, sometimes, Joe, you come off the bench like that, and you got to go right to the line. It's kind of difficult.
Oh, yeah, and that's the first foul on Kiana Wharton. She got that foul for the Vikings.
Second free throw by Harper is good. She has 5. 46-33. Here come the Vikings on the run. Augusto, right wing, works at baseline. Lob it underneath to Horton. Horton turns back to Augusto, slips it across to the left side to McCoy. And McCoy is going to be fouled by Harper. And if that's on Harper out by the top of the key, that's her 3rd foul.
I've got a feeling before this year is over, Deidre McCoy is going to draw quite a few fouls.
She gets after it 100% all the time. 3rd foul on Harper, so Coach Scott going to his bench, and she's going to come out, and Destiny Spinner back in. Augusto the inbound the ball, bounces it in the corner to Horton. Another bounce pass out front to Ward. Ashley Ward gives it off to Raina Smith. Fires it right back under to Ward. Her shot is partially blocked. Rebound, Horton flips it up. It won't go, but she's fouled.
Another good job on the offensive glass by the Vikings.
Petrozelko picks up the foul, her 2nd. And yeah, Tim said this was the one thing he was concerned about was rebounding. The Vikings have done a very nice job of that tonight. 9:08 to go, 3rd quarter, 46-33. Horton misses the first free throw, spins in and out. She will have another one. Second free throw by Kiana is good. And the Vikings have a 14-point lead back. The Statesman fired underneath. Here's a shot blocked, but a foul on Horton. As Petrozelka turned. Joe, when she takes that little jump hook, she really doesn't leave the floor. She just kind of turns on that pivot foot and flips it up. And Horton got ball, but also got her on the arm.
You look at Sarah Petrozelka. She doesn't look quick just standing there. She's kind of a big, physical, good-looking player. But, boy, she's got quick feet in there and a very quick release on the shot. And she's drawing several fouls with that quick release.
First one is no good. She's back to the line. 47-33 Valley, 8:58. Second one also no good. This is a team that came in shooting just 60% from the line, so they have had their struggles at the line. Here's Ward, lobs it underneath the Horton off the glass, scores, and it's good. Nice assist by Ward. Nice catch and finish by Horton.
Yeah, Ashley Ward spun down the middle of that lane. She drew the double team, just flipped it up in the air to Kiana Wharton. A perfect lead pass and a chance for the basket and one.
This one is up and good by Horton. And it's 50-33 now. Spinner tries to go baseline, gets by Raina Smith, back out. Here's a shot up and good, and it's Petrozelka, and she has 8 points. It's 50-35. Again, a real quick release. Augusto for the Vikings. Clears everyone out as she brings it right in front of us in the scorer's table with a right-handed dribble. Now back to the left hand, goes to the free throw line, stops, and now drives baseline, gives it off to McCoy, who scores off the glass.
A strong move that time by Deidre McCoy. I've got her with 13 points.
And the Vikes are up 52-35. Here's a three, bangs off the rim, no good. Petrozelka with a rebound, and she is fouled by McCoy. Well, one thing about when Deidre fouls you, you're not going to get the basket.
No.
She said, I'm going to foul you. You're going to earn them because that ball's not going anywhere near the rim.
You're going to the turf on this one, young lady. I think that's what she said, and that's what happened.
That's her first foul. Free throw is no good, and Petrozelka is 0 for 3 from the line, has 8 points. And again, as I mentioned, this team's 60% from the line. They're 4 out of 9 from the free throw line right now.
Yeah, Vikings playing very aggressively this evening.
Second one is good. And that puts Petrozelka at 9 points. Full court pressure by the Statesman. Nice bounce pass. Ahead to McCoy. Here comes McCoy. Fires a pass. Raina Smith, left side. Raina turns. Fade away with the left hand. Won't go. Rebound Horton back up. Too strong as that goes over the rim. And the rebound is pulled down by Spinner. Spinner runs into her own teammate and then just turns and hands her the ball. And Kay Young gives it back to Spinner for 3. Top of the key. Won't go. Rebound Ward. Ward hands it off to Augusto. Here come the Vikings on the run. 7:30 to go. Augusto, top of the key, looks and finds McCoy. McCoy drives through a triple team, loses the ball. Picked up by Horton. She loses the ball, hits the deck, and she and Wabarocha tie ball, and the possession arrow will favor the Statesman. So Wabarocha will inbound. 7:28, third quarter.
Ken, since that first quarter, the Vikings on a third, they've outscored William Penn 34-17.
Wow. That second quarter was something else. Here's Spinner. Goes from the left to the right outside the arc. Now gives it left side. Here's a shot from the wing on the right side. No good. Rebound pulled down again by the Vikings. Ward had it, lost it. Now gives it off to Augusto through traffic. No look pass. Baseline McCoy. It's off the rim. No good. Offensive rebound up. No good. Ball still loose. Finally picked up by Petrozelka.
But another good job of going to that offensive glass by the Vikings.
Driving all the way to the rack. Wabarocha misses the shot. Vikings have it back. Now they want to run. Well, Tim Dixon says, hey, slow it down just a bit, if you will. Jenna Santi ready to come back in for the Statesman. 52-36 Valley. Driving inside, and the foul is going to be called as driving the left side of the baseline, the left side of the lane, Augusto.
Yeah, that's one thing I like about Andressa Augusto. She has that ability to drive with either hand down that lane, and she does a good job of recognizing the open shooter when she's double teamed.
52-36. The foul was on Spinner, just her first. And they're going to rule it was in the act of shooting. Ooh, I think we got a break there.
We will take it.
I think we might have got a little break there. Let's see if Andressa can hit him, and she does.
12 points in the game for Andressa Augusto. And Andressa, of course, hails from Sao Paulo, Brazil.
It's the second free throw, and it is good. And all of a sudden, it's an 18-point lead for the Vikings as Julia Vasquez is ready to come back in. You know, I have several students from Brazil, and they're pretty excited. They have the World Cup. They have the Olympics coming next summer, or a couple of years to Rio de Janeiro. So there's a lot happening in that country. We have a good group of students, soccer players, tennis players, and of course Andressa is one of them from Brazil here at the Missouri Valley College campus. Now, I'll say one thing about them: they work at their own pace.
Do they?
A little slower, a little slow. I always kid. And our grad assistant we're going to have next year, in January, it's coming back. Juliana Doyle's from Brazil. So
you know, they also,
it
seems to me, Ken, like they also play some pretty good basketball in Brazil.
Real good basketball. That's a big soccer and basketball are the two big sports in Brazil. But they kind of take their time. 2 or 3 minutes late for class. That's Brazilian time.
It just comes with the territory.
Yeah, it does. Santi.
Woo, Santi. Foul, yeah. I thought it wasn't going to happen for a minute.
Foul by Raina Smith as Raina bumped her. She went to a knee, did Santi. You had to call something. It's either going to be a travel or a foul, and they called it a foul. And watching on the
there was some contact.
Video, there's quite a bit of contact there. So here come the Statesmen. Vikings really pressuring defensively. Outside free ball on the way, no good, and they just cannot hit a three. And now traveling with it after getting an offensive rebound, Petrozelka. Horton will check back in. 6:09 to go. Third quarter. Vikings up 54-36.
You know, I talked to the William Penn coaches before the game and talked about that short little drive from Oskaloosa, Iowa, always down here, all the way down here on a Wednesday night. But I laugh. We have to make that trip later on.
Here's McCoy, drives left side, pass inside the lane, shot no good. McCoy gets it. Her shot is blocked. Petrozelka hits the deck, and she's going to be whistled for a foul. Wow. She's a physical player.
They call traveling on her, I think.
She hit the deck. They called her on travel. Yeah. And coming in now will be Alicia Phillips. And for the Vikings, Alicia Winston.
Yeah, Alicia, that's the first time she's been in this second half. She had a big first half, and she had, 4 points, but I think led the Vikes in rebounding with 5.
Maddie Murphy checks out. Alicia almost stepped on the sideline. Here's McCoy, leans in, kicks it off into the corner for 3, and that is Anoka. Ashley Anoka. And it is now 57-36, and another timeout is going to be taken by the Statesman. How about the outside shooting? Anaka hit that one. How about the outside shooting?
Oh, wow. Well, how many different girls? Let's see. Anaka has a 3, 3 threes by Augusto, 3 by McCoy. And let's see, Savannah Enlow had 3 threes in the first half. So, yeah, the Vikes really lighting it up from the outside.
Shot over 60% from beyond the arc in the first half, 57-36.
Speaking of Savannah Enlow, here she comes. Boy, she really gave the Vikes a lift off the bench.
She has a smile on her face and goes, Coach, get me in there. I want to shoot some threes. And there's not much that Willie Scott can do when a team is hot like the Vikings are. They're just on a roll right now.
Remember back in the day they say your biorhythms.
Yep.
I think some of these girls' biorhythms must be clicking tonight. They're in that zone tonight.
Yeah, really playing well. They won their first game over at Hannibal LaGrange, then lost to Missouri Baptist, but up 57-36 here with 5:39 to go. And now McCoy knocks the inbounds pass out of bounds. And Maddie Murphy's going to check in for Julia Vasquez.
We're going to have to get Julia to take us down and take us around Earth, Texas sometime.
Yep. Earth, Texas. She is one of the seniors on this team. Statesman with a basketball. They run a little weave out front, send it into the corner. Here's a 3 ball, and this one goes in for Kay Young, and Young's second triple, 57-39.
Ooh, got away with the travel.
Yeah, got away with the travel there. McCoy in the middle, kicks it back top of the key. Here's a 3, and that one won't go. Shot was taken by Maddie Murphy. Quickly the other way come the Statesmen. Driving left side is Young, double team. Gets it back into the corner, and a foul is going to be called on McCoy.
We ought to chart, does Wabarocha or Deidre McCoy spend more time on the floor? Both ladies have been down there quite a bit, and Wabarocha hobbling a little bit. She got fouled.
She got fouled, and that is the 5th foul.
And guess who fouled her?
Yeah, Deidre McCoy with the foul. Free throw is good by Wabarocha. Her 3rd point.
She averages 7.5 points a game.
And this one rims it out. McCoy with a rebound. 57-40, back within 17 points. 4:54 to go, 3rd quarter. McCoy into the forecourt, leaves it for Murphy. Murphy backs away toward the timeline. Now starts to work that right side, gives it off there to Denny. Lindsey Denny into the contest. Back to McCoy, back to Denny outside the arc. Top of the key, swinging around to Murphy. Drives left side all the way to the rack, off the glass and good. Murphy not very big, 5'4" junior. That's her first bucket. Good drive down that left side and laid it off the glass, 59-40. Vikings with the lead, timeout.
And Ken, that was a perfect example right there. When you move the ball and reverse it from one side to the other, you're going to get some good shots. And that time the Vikes took it to the right, brought it back around to the left side very quickly. And that left an opening for Maddie Murphy to go down that left side and flip it in.
Morgan McSmith, the 5'8" sophomore. Morgan is out of Oregon. She is checked in, and I think it's the first time I've seen her play. She didn't play in the opener. She's from Sherwood, Oregon, so she's checked into the contest. So Winston's on the floor. Ward's on the floor right now. Maddie Murphy's out there. Lindsey Denny and Morgan McSmith. That's the Viking lineup. With a 19-point lead, 59-40, and Tim has the luxury to go to a very deep bench.
I've got 13 different players I'm counting that have been on the floor for the Vikings so far here tonight.
And Tim said he's going to use that bench all year. Santee, guarded by Murphy, gets around a screen. Now they go a little give and go, and give it off to Phillips, and she is fouled. Looked like Moses Malone and John Stockton will pick the roll there.
They did. They were good at it.
You do the screen and then you roll to the basket, and that worked. And that's one of the oldest.
Who was the other guy?
The
mailman that played with Stockton too. Who was that?
Carl Malone.
Carl. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I knew it wasn't. I knew Moses, and I knew that. Yeah,
Carl Malone.
Moses might have played with Stockton too. You know, they're both pretty good players and both played a long time.
Second free throw is no good by Phillips, but that's one of the oldest plays in basketball.
And it still works. Every time you try it,
it still works.
You cannot defense it with two people if you run it right.
All right, let's see. We had a foul as the Vikings bringing the ball up court. And the foul was called on Phillips, her second. So that will put the Vikings at the free throw line, and that's Ashley Ward. She has her 2 points from the line. And her first free throw here's good. So she's 3 for 3 from there. Vikings up 60-41. Trying to keep this distance between themselves and the Statesmen. She hits both free throws. It's a 20-point game, 61-41. Santee into the forecourt with a left-handed dribble. Works top of the key against Murphy. Swings it to the right side. Driving to the free throw line. Maybe got away with an extra step. Shot is no good, though, as Duckworth missed it. And now we have a tie ball as Denny got the rebound, was tied up.
Ken, this is unofficial, but I've got the Vikings 11 out of 14 from the free throw line.
I'd say that's pretty good. Denny into Murphy. Murphy double team. Tries to get the ball into the forecourt. Fires it ahead to McSmith. Morgan down low to Winston. She can't come up with it. Santee with it. Santee gives it across court to Wabarocha. Wabarocha fires a pass underneath to Phillips. Loses the ball. They dive for it. It's picked up by whom? Picked up by Ward. Vikings have it.
Lindsey Denny went to the deck that time. Good hustle by her.
Ward top of the key. 3:40 to go. Third quarter. Vikings up 61-41. Back to Maddie Murphy. Murphy against the man-to-man, working against Duckworth. Back to Ward. Drives left side all the way to the rack. Off the glass. It's good and a foul. Wow. Joe, you said it before. When you move the ball, you find open lanes, and the left baseline was wide open.
That's the second time in about the last three possessions the Vikes have done it. The Vikes have got it around from the right to the left, and have got a good shot and a bucket both times.
Santee picked up the foul. That's her second. Of course, we're in the double bonus the rest of the third quarter now.
Here comes a new player into the Viking lineup. That's going to be Murray. Lacey Murray. And the Lacey Murray is a junior out of Rogers, Arkansas. I guess another junior college transfer.
Ward hit the free throw, so she completes the three-point play, and Valley's up 64-41. Yeah, Murray went to Mineral Area Community College south of St. Louis. Free throw line. Now they work to the right side. Long three on the way. This one won't go. Ball comes to Duckworth at the top of the key. Now they'll work the left side, working underneath the Phillips. Gets by Winston and scores. That's 7 for Phillips. It's 64-43. Murphy splits a double team.
Wow,
dribbling by the young lady.
Pretty impressive there.
Off into the corner to Murray. Underneath to Winston. Off the glass. It rolls off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound Phillips.
I think Alicia Winston looks quicker to me this year than she was last year.
Here's Santee. Fires it underneath. Ball loose and picked up by Winston as she hustled back. Now it's knocked away from her. Out of bounds. Last touched, however, by Wabarocha. The Vikings get it back. Swisegood will come in. Young lady from Salisbury, Missouri.
Salisbury's had some pretty good girls basketball teams, and I guess Dennis Humphrey, the husband of Missouri Valley President Bonnie Humphrey, was a pretty good ladies coach up there.
For a long time. In fact, he's in the Missouri Basketball Hall of Fame. He had an undefeated state championship team at Salisbury years ago. Now Murphy is fouled, and the foul is going to be called on Asia Roper, her first. So Maddie will walk down and shoot free throws. 2:39 to go. Third quarter, 64-43 Valley. Big lead.
I've got 9 different girls that have scored for the Vikings so far.
And Tim just keeps bringing them in. Let's see if Maddie scores. She has a couple points.
Yep.
Misses the first free throw. 64-43. Next one by Murphy on the way. Got it.
Good job, Maddie.
1 out of 2, 65-43, 2:37 to go. Now the Statesmen push it into the forecourt. Give it to Young. Young lost the dribble, goes top of the key to Roper. Roper drives right side, high off the glass, no good. Phillips with a rebound, kicks it back to Duckworth. Duckworth, there's a long three from the wing on the left side, and that one is good by Young, and her third triple is 65-46. Here come the Vikings on the run. Murray to slow things down, give it off to McSmith. Morgan, one-on-one against Duckworth, gets by her, double teamed into the corner, three ball on the way in front of the Viking bench, no good. With the offensive rebound taken down by Murray. Missed the shot, followed it, got it back. Murphy, back to Murray. Out front to McSmith. Morgan free throw line. Has the shot blocked by Phillips. Phillips almost threw it away. Picked up by Wabarocha. Wabarocha right side. Gets around Murphy. Leans in. Puts up the shot. It won't go, but she's fouled by Maddie.
Maddie's first foul, I believe.
65-46. 1:44 to go in the third quarter. So Wabarocha will be back at the free throw line.
You know, Ken, how many times do you see a team play 14 different people in the first 3 quarters of the game? You don't see that very often.
No,
That's
you don't.
Exactly what the Vikings have done tonight.
Wabarocha missed the first one. She's 1 out of 3 from the line, has 3 points. Swisegood checks out. Horton's back into the lineup. McCoy back in, so they're well rested. And let's see if Wabarocha can knock this free throw down. She missed the first one, spins this one home. 4 points for her, 65-47, back within 18. As Lindsey Denny into the forecourt. Waits for Murphy and gets it to her. Murphy, top of the key, working against Wabarocha. Now off to Horton. Her shot is short. Thought there was a foul, no call there. Fires a pass down court, and Phillips can't come up with it off her fingertips and out of bounds. So they force a bad shot, or a missed shot by the Vikings, but then as they try to throw it the length of the court, throw it away. So the Vikings get it right back.
Hey, when you get Maddie Murphy and Deidre McCoy's motors both running at top speed at the same time, you're going to see some horsepower, firepower out there.
Murphy to McSmith, now to Denny on the wing, right side. They go to the low block to McCoy, who throws it to the official standing in front of us. She thought Horton was going to be there, and she wasn't there.
Kiana Wharton pitched a tent in the lane that time. She was in there for 1, 2, 3, 4, and got away with it.
Got away with it. Good thing that official was there. You'd have had to make a play on that one.
Yep.
All right, Andressa Augusto will come back in. Raina Smith will come back in, and also Ashley Ward. With 1:05 to go in the third quarter, 65-47, the Vikings with the lead. Again, our men's contest coming up about 20 minutes after this one. We'll have it on the audio on Stretch. We'll have the video on live stream, and we'll also have the audio on KMMO FM tonight. So a lot of coverage as we start the conference tournament tonight.
Did you ever get 3 seconds in the lane called on you when you played?
I think they used to call it a lot more.
Oh, I used to get called on me all the time. I played inside.
Yeah, they used to call. That used to be a big call, and you rarely see that called anymore. Rarely see that called.
No, they don't call it much at all anymore. Well, guys are much more mobile than they used to be. You know, the postmen move out, they'll pop out to the wing, or, you know,
that
go baseline.
And to me, the biggest change is dribbling the basketball. You can basically carry the ball down court. If you put your hand on the side or underneath that ball, it was a violation, wasn't it?
Not only was, the ball, your hand had to be almost flat on top of the ball.
Not anymore.
And in the NBA, you can take 4 or 5 steps, too.
But in this game here tonight, you'll watch them. They'll turn that ball over. You just don't call that anymore. Not call it.
Used to call that palming all the time.
Because you watch this young lady bringing the ball up right now, doing just what we're talking about. And that's Asia Roper. Roper, left side, stops, kicks it back, top of the key, gives it to Duckworth. She'll fire from outside. It hits the backboard, doesn't need anything else. And the rebound pulled away by Horton. We're down to 47 seconds to go, third quarter. Augusto bumped by Duckworth, keeps the dribble alive. They try to double team her. There's a lot of contact there. Gives it off to Raina Smith, fires it in the corner to Ward. Ward left side, gives it back out to Raina. 15 on the shot clock, 32 seconds to go in the third quarter. Raina Smith working against Duckworth. Again, bump, takes it inside the lane. Little floater from 7. Got
Good
it.
move by Raina.
Raina Smith scores. And the Vikings, that's her first bucket. The Vikings up 67-47. We're down to 14 seconds to go in the third quarter. Here's a pass underneath. And there is a hold.
Either Wharton or Smith. I think both Raina and Kiana both little contact. They're going to call it on Raina.
Raina Smith picks up her second.
You know, you talk about changes. How about football? Remember in blocking, when you block, you used to have to pretty well keep your hands in against your jersey. Now the hands are a big part of the
hands, a big part of
blocking movement now.
Here's the free throw, good by Wabarocha. She's 3 out of 5. Oh yeah, you can, as long as you don't grab a jersey, you can use those hands to block. 10 seconds to go in this third quarter. Second free throw is good by Wabarocha. Let's see what the Vikings can do with 10 seconds. Give it off to Raina Smith. 9. Raina double teamed in backcourt, and she's going to be fouled by Wabarocha. She just would not let her get to the sideline, and that's going to be her second foul with 6.7 seconds to go.
That's what you call a senseless foul.
Yeah. You're 65 feet away from the basket, and time running out, and nowhere for Raina to go, and she's fouled.
She'll have 2 shots.
And she knocks the first one down. And I saw Willie Scott. He just kind of looked up at the roof of the building, saying, "Man, oh man, why?"
That's good for Raina. The Raina will get 2 shots out of this, and so I'm glad Raina got fouled that time. Knocks them both down. Good job.
Now let's see if the Vikings can play defense for 6 seconds. Quickly into the forecourt. Here comes Roper down the middle, underneath, and the Vikings did not, and they let Roper go right to the basket, flip it off to Phillips, and she laid it off the glass. So 69-51, a big lead for Valley, and they hold serve in that third quarter. We have 10 minutes remaining, and let's see if the Vikings can hold on. Boy, Joe, these conference games, especially at home, are so important. And we'll be talking about, when you get about mid-February, when you start talking about positioning, where you're going to play, you'd love to have a home game, but man, you've got to win these games at home.
Well, and late in the year, you look back on this game and think that wasn't that big of a game, but this game counts just as much as any game in the conference standings. It's just, it doesn't seem as important early in the year, but a lot of teams that win conference championships do it because they get off to a good start.
You bet. Get off that good start, get the confidence going, and you win a few games. You pick one off on the road somewhere, and you're in pretty good shape. 69-51 is our score as we have 10 minutes to go in this one. Then we'll take a break, and we'll be back with the men's game. I mentioned soccer being played at Delray Beach, Florida. How about football? How about Daytona Beach, Florida? Wouldn't that be nice on December the 19th?
That would be fun.
And that's where the NAI championship game will be.
That would be great.
There are 3 teams in. 2 teams from the Heart of America is all that made it this year, Baker and Grandview. Kansas Wesleyan made it. Doane, Nebraska, and Tabor, the area teams. Morningside, of course, is there again. But how about Kansas Wesleyan? You're 10-1. You finally make it, and they send you to Southern Oregon.
Wow. Yeah, well, you're in anyway.
You're in.
I kind of thought maybe the William Penn football team had a chance to make it. They finished in, I guess, tied. They and Benedictine and Peru State, all 3 tied for second place in that Northern Division.
I think Penn would have been in had they defeated Grandview last Saturday. And then Benedictine lost to Peru, so that
and I guess Benedictine lost it on the very last play of the game.
Here's a pass underneath. The ball was kicked or off the leg, if you will, by Raina Smith. So the Statesman will inbound again, and underneath will be Asia Roper to inbound the ball. 9:49 to go. Vikings with a big lead. Get inside the lane. Ball stripped by McCoy. McCoy just simply took it away from Young. McCoy 1-on-3, drives in, misses a shot, gets her own rebound, puts it back up, and is fouled. If it had been 1-on-8, she was going to the basket.
She was, and you weren't going to block it either.
She took it away and said, I got the steal. I'm going to shoot. Now she'll go to the line and shoot 2. And the foul is on Phillips, her third. As Petrozelka will come back in. Here's McCoy's free throw. Boy, she uses all the body English she has and gets it to go in. She's 3 out of 5.
Deidre, out of a sophomore out of Hot Springs, Arkansas. And boy, that's a fun town.
Yep.
Horse races, spring water.
She'll have another one.
A lot of activity down in that community.
Second one is on the way and good. So Deidre gets them both.
I got her with 15 points in the game.
Good game, 71-51. Vikings up by 20 as the Statesmen drive the right side, and that's Asia Roper, and she's fouled. And again, you reset fouls at the end of each quarter, so they're not shooting here.
And Alexis Boyd Lockett becomes the 15th Valley player to play tonight.
And that foul was called on her first foul out of St. Paul, Minnesota. She was in the act of shooting, so Roper at the line misses the first one. She'll have another one, Will Roper. And missed them both. Kiana tips the rebound, can't come up with it, however. And the Statesmen get another shot at it.
Don't you think with this depth, Coach Tim Dixon has some pretty spirited practices?
Oh, well, he does. And here's a block shot and a rebound by Horton. Now the ball loose on the floor, picked up by Enlow. Enlow spins, drives to the basket, gives it off to McCoy. Up through traffic with the right hand and scores. And she's having a big, big night. 73-51, Valley up by 22. Three-pointer on the way from the left wing. No good by Young. Rebound Horton. Hands it off to Augusto, and the Vikings now can slow it down just a bit. They don't want to, though. Here comes Augusto on the run. Joe, she got this team off to a great start with those early threes.
Yes, she did. Oh, good job of handling the double team there.
Underneath to McCoy. Puts up a shot. Blocked by Petrozelka, and a foul is going to be called.
A good call. She got a lot of body that time.
That's her third foul. You know, we're talking about McCoy. She's out of Hot Springs, went to Henderson State University and is a transfer from there. And you know someone who's at Henderson State is Sean Jones.
Yeah.
Used to broadcast.
Sean,
Sean's the AD now.
Okay.
At Henderson
from
State.
Central Missouri, University of Central Missouri. Very nice guy. I've talked to him several times.
Sean grew up in Moberly, Missouri. And
you know, you talk about Hot Springs. They've got the shortest parade, St. Patrick's Day parade route in the country. It's like 90 feet. Now, the parade actually extends 3 or 4 miles, but the actual route is only 90 feet. 99 feet, I think.
I like that. Here's the second free throw, and it's good by McCoy. She hits 1 out of 2, and she's having a big night, 18 points, 74-51. Came into this game averaging 10 a game. 8:32 to go. Valley in control here, 74-51. Good job by McCoy defensively. Driving the baseline. Shot is up, no good by Roper. Put back, no good. And the ball on the baseline. The Vikes can't save it. Horton had the rebound, came right over the top of Alexis Boyd Lockett.
Pretty good home opener. The Vikes are going to score at least 80 points. They've got 74 right now, and they could be in close to 90. Who knows?
There's a 3. Is that a 3? I guess it's going to be a 2 for from the right side for Petrozelka. The other way, driving inside is Augusto, and she scores. So no one picked her up, and she takes it coast to coast, 76-53.
15 for Andressa.
Here's a 3 on the way. Left side, this one's good by Young, and both teams heating it up now. Young's 4th triple of the game, 76-56. Augusto again down the middle, off to Horton, off the glass, won't go. Rebound pulled down by Ashley Harper. Harper's going to lead the break as she brings it to the timeline. Goes behind the back. The dribble. Keeps the spin again to the left side. Oh, won't go. And the rebound Enlow. Enlow quickly ahead. Here's Boyd. Lockett drives in left side. Flips up the shot. It won't go, but a foul on Young.
You know, that was a nice job that time by Alexis Boyd Lockett getting her body in there to draw that foul.
She'll go to the line. Young lady again out of St. Paul, Minnesota. And Maddie Murphy will come back in. Here's the free throw by Lockett. Ooh, off the heel of the rim, no good.
That's hard to believe. That's Kadeja Young's first foul of the game. She's played most of the way and has 15 points, but only 1 foul.
7:22 remaining. This game has moved right along. Only an hour and a half old. Back in is Phillips. As Willie Scott in his first year as the head coach of the Statesmen. On the men's side, And coach is John Henry. He's in 15th year, so he's been there a while. And Boyd Lockett hits the free throw. Make it 77-56. McCoy will lead. Wabarocha inbounds the ball, gives it off to Jenna Santee. Santee, top of the key, back to Wabarocha on the right wing. Stops on the baseline, gives it back out for a long three that won't go. Rebound, Murphy. Lost it on the baseline, picks it back up, and here she comes. Long pass quickly ahead to Enlow. Enlow, one dribble, gives it back to Boyd Lockett. Into the corner to Enlow for three. Got it. Enlow's fourth triple. 14 points in a limited minutes. It's 80-56.
I think she's 4 out of 5 from beyond the arc.
What a performance shooting the outside shot for the Vikings tonight. Harper way out high. Here she comes one-on-one. Goes to the baseline, behind the back, takes it baseline, spin move in the left, flips it up with the right hand, no good. Tried to get her own rebound, couldn't do it. Rebound comes back to the baseline. Here's a shot by Phillips, no good. Rebound in low.
Ashley Harper, the gal with 100 moves.
Here is Murphy to the free throw line. Now she'll dribble out of there. 6:17 to go. Vikes are going to win this one, up 80-56. Lob underneath, tried to get it to Horton, not there, but Murphy saved it. Nope, she couldn't do it. She and Boyd Lockett tried to save that errant pass and couldn't come up with it.
You know, Ken, there's a big crowd that's starting to gather here in the Grover Redford Gymnasium, and this is the kind of play the crowds like to see. Up and down the court, a lot of points. This has been an exciting. It hasn't been in doubt the second half, the outcome, but it's been very exciting. Both teams have put a lot of points on the board.
And this is when you get people coming back to watch more basketball. Here's a shot from the baseline. It's good for three by Ashley Harper. 80-59. Quickly.
She can get elected now. She's got the crowd eating out of her hands.
McSmith threw it away as she was trying to get the ball to Lacey Murray. 80-59, 5:48 to go.
Ashley Harper said, get me that ball in front of that big crowd again.
Give me the rock.
Yeah, she wants it. She's signaling for it over there.
Top of the key. Now they'll work it off to Wabarocha. Give it back out front. Here's a long three. Got it again! And the crowd's going nuts.
I know it. Both crowds. Everybody.
80-62, 5:25 to go.
Ashley Harper just did a little bit of a dance right in front of the crowd over there.
She's having some fun, isn't she?
Yep. She's got this place, this joint's jumping right now, isn't it?
5:25 to go. 80-62. She's taking over the crowd. Boyd Lockett into the forecourt, fires it into the corner. McSmith for three, won't go. Rebound pulled down by Wabarocha.
Now watch Harper. She wants the ball.
Here's Santee. Free throw line. Steps in with the left hand. Won't go. Rebound comes down to the Vikings. Pulled down nicely by Swisegood.
Yeah, that's good offensive rebound, or good aggressive rebound by Devin that time.
Here's Denny. She'll take a shot. Won't go. Offensive rebound. Pulled down by Murray. Back out to Swisegood. That shot won't go. And hustling into the corner. Let's see. The ball's going to go off. Last touch by Harper. It'll belong to the Vikings. 4:52 to go.
Ashley Harper is a senior out of Los Angeles, California. So I'm a long way from home, but I've got a lot of friends here tonight.
She is having some fun. Checking in for the Statesman is Young. Santee leads. You better not take Harper out. This crowd will
they'll run
Revolt
Scott out of the gym.
Revolt if they take him out. Here's McSmith. Gives it to Murray. Murray on the left wing. Underneath Swisegood. Free throw line. Nowhere to go with that. Gives it to Denny. Denny drives right side. And she's stripped of the ball. It's picked up by Wabarocha. Gives it off to Harper.
Harper's got the ball. Crowd giving her a hand.
Crowd giving her a hand. And she'll fire it off into the corner. Here's a three on the way. This one is good by Young and the Vikings. They'll be careful here. The lead's down to 15. With 4:22 to go.
That's 5 threes by Kay Young here in the game.
And here's a steal. This one by Harper. Harper one-on-one, backs away, gives it off into the corner. Another three. This one won't go. Swisegood with a rebound. The Vikings are going to have to go back to their starting five. I know Tim didn't want to do that, but going to have to. 4 minutes to go, and I think timeout has been taken by Valley. Let's see, no?
I'll tell you, it'll be an interesting game when we play these ladies up in Oskaloosa later in the year.
I think the shot clock, 10 on the shot clock. 3:58 to go, and starting unit coming back in for Missouri Valley. The lead was 22, and it's down to 15, and Tim not taking any chances. Still good
coaching.
shape,
You
you got to do that.
Any more in basketball with a 3-point shot, a 15-point lead isn't that much.
No, it's not. Just take your time here. Here's McCoy, drives in right to the basket, scores, and is fouled.
That answered it.
Yep, and that's what you needed. You just needed a couple baskets to settle everything down. How about Deidre McCoy
20,
tonight?
I've got her for 20 right now.
Wow, she has had a tremendous game. She's 5 out of 8 from the line. This could make 21, 82-65, 3:54 to go. Free throw by McCoy's good. 83-65.
She's only a sophomore.
Wow. Destiny Spinner into the forecourt. Lays it for Young. Has this one blocked. Gets it back, now loses it. Picked up by McCoy. McCoy also had the block. Here comes McCoy. Off to Augusto. Inside. Takes up the shot, and she's fouled.
That was a nice job of running the floor by the Vikings that time. They got it ahead to Augusto. She got it, filled the lanes. Or I guess it was McCoy that got the ball, filled the lane, then got it ahead to Augusto. And Dressa goes in strong and draws the two-shot foul with 3 minutes and 40 seconds left to play in the game. Vikings up by 19. I was going to say 18, but she hits the free throw, so it's 19.
And Andrea's 3 out of 3 from the line, and Dressa's 3 out of 3 from the line. Had again in double figures. Leads his team with 12. She's over that now. I have with 17 points. 3:40 to go. The Vikings now have scored the last 5 to get the lead back to 20 with 3:35 to go. Here's a pass to the baseline taken away by Raina Smith. And she lost the ball out of bounds. She took it away from Spinner, but then couldn't control it on the baseline. 3:28 left. Valley up 85-65 and appearing going to go 1-0 in conference play.
3:28 left. The Vikings 85 points already. Uh-oh, look out here.
Here's Harper in the corner. Guarded by Ward. Now double team. Throws it right to Augusto. Augusto with a breakaway. One-on-one on Young. Nice pass to the right side of the lane to McCoy. Hustling down court. She gets the layup. It's 87-65. 7 straight points for Valley now.
13 points in the second half for Deidre McCoy. 22 in the game.
And a timeout taken by the Statesman. And as they take a timeout, Ashley Harper launches one from about 38 feet to hit the rim. It wouldn't have counted, but she hit the rim with it.
She's going to look up in that crowd and say, I'll challenge any of you guys to a game of horse right now.
She is having fun. Nice 2-on-1 break by the Vikings as Augusto with a left-handed pass to McCoy to up the lead to 22. But, Joe, the lead was 15, and Coach Dixon had to go back with the starters. You're right, 15-point lead, 4 minutes to go, a couple of threes, and boom, you've got a ball game. So good move, and as soon as he brought them in, they've now scored about 7 straight points to kind of take charge.
But give Tim credit. He's gotten 15 players in the game tonight. Yep. They've all seen decent amount of playing time.
And it's about 10 after 7, so when this game is over, we'll have a quick comment or two with the coach, and then we'll take a break and get ready for the men's game. Looking forward to that one tonight as well.
That should be a good one. William Penn, I think, comes in at 4-1. The Vikings, 1-1?
1-1. Should be a good game. Pass underneath, and the Vikings don't get to Phillips, and she lays it in. Nice assist pass by Spinner, 87-67, under 3 minutes to go. Murphy gets it to McCoy. McCoy drives in left side, has the shot blocked. She hits the deck. Rolling over the top of her is Phillips. And I think Phillips also picked up the foul.
I think Deidre's going to be on the line for 2 shots, and she's sitting there with 22 already, a chance to add to that total.
And the foul was called on Phillips, her 4th. McCoy, big night offensively. She'll shoot a couple. First one is good. It's the front of the rim, but gets the shooter's roll. She's now 7 out of 10 for the line.
Yeah, when you're shooting well, those shots go in.
88-67, 2:45 to go. Next one is on the way, good. So McCoy gets them both. She's going to check out now. And in to replace her is coming in for the Viking is Onaga. So Onaga comes into the contest, Ashley. 89-67. You know, McCoy didn't even walk off. She sprints off the court when you take her out of the game.
That motor is running all the time with her, I think.
Now William Penn throws it away as they're trying to get the ball down low. So with 2:34 to go, Vikings up 89-67. 89 points on the board. Full court pressure put on by the Statesman.
Need to get Julia Vasquez a basket. Yep. Julia hasn't scored this evening.
Onaka will trigger it in. Gets it into Vasquez. Julia with a left-handed dribble. Fires it ahead to Enlow. Enlow double team. Back to Vasquez. Now to Maddie Murphy. Looking, try to get it to Winston. They get it to Alicia. She puts it up and in. Winston
I've been
has
very impressed by the way the Vikings have moved the ball and how they found the open lady.
Alicia Winston has 6 points now. Underneath, shot is up and good as they work this one inside to Phillips. Phillips has 13, 91-69, 2 minutes to go. And now the Vikings throw it away as Murphy trying to get the ball to Onaka. 91-69, exactly 2 minutes remaining. Tyra Johnson back into the contest, leaves it for Harper.
Look who's got the ball.
1:57 to go. Harper around the screen, top of the key, lets it fly, almost banked that three in. Enlow with a rebound on the baseline.
Had hit that board pretty hard.
Enlow maintains possession as she races to the top of the key, or to the free throw line, dishes it off into the corner. We have yet another foul called, and this one is going to be on Spinner, her fourth, I believe. So with 1:38 to go, that's going to put Enlow at the free throw line. Savannah, 5'6" junior. She's out of Georgetown, Indiana, misses the free throw. Too close, she can back. She needs to back up a little further.
I think she's only missed one shot from the floor tonight. I know she's 4 out of 5 from beyond the arc.
And she misses both free throws.
Too close.
91-69, 1:30 to go. Spinner into the forecourt. Man-to-man defense by the Vikings. And an offensive foul on Harper. She set a screen, and when she set the screen, she kind of moved that body into Murphy and whistled for the foul. That's her fourth. So there are 3 gals for William Penn with 4 fouls. Phillips, Spinner, and Harper. 1:27 to go, 91-69. Valley will be 1-0 in conference play. And heading to Graceland on Saturday. Murphy off to Vasquez. Vasquez top of the key. Stops the dribble there. Gives it off to Onaka. Onaka back out to Murphy. Directing traffic as she works the left side. Onaka free throw line. Drives down the middle. Puts it up. And it's knocked away from her with 4 on the shot clock.
That's a pretty nice drive that time by Ashley Onaka. She got the ball knocked away, but she went very aggressively right down the middle of that lane.
Vasquez will inbound it. Julia looks, still looking. Gets it into Onaka, flips it up with the right hand from the left side and scores. She has 5, and it's 93-69. 56 seconds to go. Here comes Harper. Harper going to go baseline. Fake, lean in, put up the shot. It won't go, and the rebound pulled down by Onaka. Onaka will leave it for Murphy. 93-69, 40 seconds to go. She plays basketball I do. There's a rim and a hoop up there for a reason. That's to shoot.
That's right. I think she shot 8 of the first 9 times she touched the ball, I believe.
Here's Murphy. Into the corner. 3 ball on the way. This one won't go by McSmith. Rebound pulled down by Spinner. Long pass with 18 seconds to go. 3 on the way. This one is good.
Quite a shooting
Another one by Young.
That's 6 threes by Young, a 20-point game, 21-point game for her.
93-72. Murphy now will hold on to the basketball, and they're just going to give it to McSmith now, and coach says just hang on to it, and that's it. 93-72, impressive win for Missouri Valley College Vikings tonight. We'll step aside, take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to visit with the coach and have the scoring for you.
Financial decisions brought to you by feedthepig.org. Well, I finally did it. My student loan is totally paid off.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe it either. I paid more than the minimum each month, and soon enough, it was gone.
So you're just giving up?
Giving up on what?
The life of luxury. Egyptian cotton, caviar Thursdays, designer everything.
What are you talking about?
Our plan. What happened to winning the lottery and mastering the art of the perfect mimosa? Hosting galas, wearing enough jewelry to require a bodyguard, vacationing in the French Riviera, and then buying it.
I just thought maybe it was time to prepare for my future. You know, set some financial goals, make some smart investments, open a 401k.
Financial goals? Investments? A 401k? You are horrifying right now. Listen, if winning the lottery were easy, everyone would do it.
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Well, I don't have official statistics here, but I do know this, Coach. Deidre McCoy had 25 points. Boy, she had quite a game tonight.
Yeah, and, she did it the hard way. I mean, she's a driver, she's a rebounder, and so she works really hard, and she got some great opportunities and great rebounds and scored. So really, really proud of that, impressed by that. So I'm really happy.
Now, I bet you're probably as happy when you get the stats. You're probably going to be as happy with the rebounding statistics as anything, because I know that's been kind of a concern of yours last two games, but certainly not tonight. I thought your team really did a great job both ways on the board, offensively and defensively.
Yeah, and we definitely worked on that all week, and we've spent 45 minutes in rebounding and defensive drills this last week, each practice, and so I'm sure the kids were tired of it, and they came out, and it was just a different team tonight in regards to defense. And again, offensively, we're doing what we need to do. I mean, I don't know what we scored, but I think we're in the 90s. So,
93, yeah.
So again, against a pretty good team, to be quite honest, and so hats off to them. They played hard, and they kind of made a little bit of run there at the end when I was trying to get some minutes for some kids. But, starters came back in and kind of really just kind of put it away.
Yeah, it was 15, then they came back in, scored 7. But it is nice when you can look down that bench, and how many players you played tonight? 15? I don't know. A lot of people
played everybody.
came to that game.
Yeah, I played everybody tonight. And it's to be honest, it's a struggle as a coach, because you want to find consistency in kids, and you can't get consistency in kids in games unless you leave them in a little bit longer. But it's sure nice to have that option as a coach to be as deep as I am this year, and hopefully we had 13 kids score, so we'll see what happens when I get the final stats.
The most important thing is 93-72. You're 1-0 in conference play. You're leading the conference after the first night. That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, and we talked about in practice yesterday was we didn't care about what happened before, because conference play is where it really matters, and for us to get national tournament we have to win in conference. So kids really took that to heart and did a good job. So really proud of them.
All right, Coach, I won't be there Saturday. Joe will be there. We'll have soccer, but Joe will be there. Good luck. Boy, if we could get one on the road, it'd be great to go 0-2 in this first week, wouldn't it?
Well, 2-0, not 0-2.
What did I say? 0-2? 2-0. 2-0.
I don't want to go 0-2.
No, we don't want to go 0-2. But if we go 2-0 in that first week, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
And again, just the more we can play these kids and more they get used to it, the better we'll do. So I'm really excited.
All right, Coach, good win tonight. We'll talk to you. You betcha. Tim Dixon joins us, and we'll go over the scoring very quickly, and then we're going to have to get out of here. Let's see the scoring. First of all, for the Statesman, their leading scorer was Kay Young with 21. Phillips had 13. Harper and Petrozelka each had 11. 6 points for Wabarocha, and then 6 points as well for Spinner. For the Vikings, Joe, the Vikings shot, look at this, for the game, 53% from beyond the arc and 48% overall. So
you don't shoot that well from outside very often. Nobody. The pros don't shoot that well from beyond the arc.
Well, I had Dieter with 25, but the official score has her with 23.
I had 25 also.
Yeah. So she's right around there. 17 for Augusto, 14 for Enlow. How about that coming off the bench? Horton had 11, 7 for Ward, 4 for Smith, 6 for Winston. We can go on and on. 7 for Onaka, 3 points for Murphy. So just really a nice overall performance by the Vikings.
15 girls played for the Vikings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 girls. 10 of those 15 scored. So everybody ought to be happy tonight after this one.
All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back in about 20 minutes, maybe about 15 minutes or so, as we'll get ready for the men's game. We need to get some coaches, so thanks for joining us on Stretch and also on live stream. Hang around. We'll be back in about 15 minutes with game number 2.